In my opinion, there is truly no time for movies like summertime, so producer Charlie joins me now for this week's edition of Cinema Corner. Where do we start?
Okay, first up, your favorite genre. A little bit of horror.
Okay, but I know this is like a very buzzworthy film right now.
Yes, this is. So this is 28 Years Later.
Okay.
This is the third installment in the 28 Days Later film series. So this follows a group of survivors of the Rage virus who live on a small island. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have only mutated not only the infected, but other survivors.
Yeah.
So, starring in this third installment, we have Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Alfie Williams, and Ralph Fiennes.
Oh.
So a great cast altogether.
Yeah.
So in the first film, for 28 Days Later, Alex Garland actually was the writer and Daniel Boyle was the director. Not Daniel, sorry. Danny Boyle was the director. And they didn't do the second one, but they're back for this third installment, which I think you can kind of see that the first and third flow together a little bit more. The second one kind of is out on its own little island, I feel like. So you would think for this franchise, it would go 28 days, weeks, months, then years later.
Yeah.
And originally it was titled 28 Months Later, but because of all this the development issues, it was changed to years because it took them 28 years since the first one.
That's actually
for this new one to release.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of issues in the development, because I mean the last one was out in 2007.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. This one I would say is more gruesome and gory than the other ones. I mean, we've also advanced 28 years in technology and prosthetics, makeup, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I would say it's more suspenseful as well. I feel like it keeps you on the edge of your seat a little bit more. But also, too, to help with that, the camera quality is a lot better than these other two. Like for the first two, they were, or at least for the first one especially, low budget, you know, working with what they got. So to have this bigger budget and be able to show things a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
So Jodie Comer and Alfie Williams, Alfie's the little kid in this movie, their roles, they really shine. Really great performances. And I do applaud this franchise as well because I feel like they add that human element, human issues into a zombie film. You know, it's not all about just going out and killing zombies.
Yeah.
So it starts off a little bit slow, but if you didn't know, this is another trilogy, basically. So there's supposed to be one out in January 2026, the next one, and then a third installment, and it's another point. So we're building up. The latter half definitely is better. In the trailer, I watched this trailer so many times. There is a featured recording of the poem Boots, read by actor Taylor Holmes in 1915. So this poem imagines the march of British soldiers during the Boer War and is used by U.S. military to simulate psychological distress of being held captive. And let me tell you, I did not like that sound at all in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's definitely very unsettling, for sure.
Yeah.
So this was actually shot back-to-back with the sequel called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which, like I said, is set to release in January of 26.
I like how there's been like all this time in between, and now we're like putting them back to back.
You know, they said it's been enough time, let's get it going.
Yeah, let's get it going.
So worldwide, it's made $60 million with a budget of $60 million, so it's already broke even at least. So we'll see if it even goes higher.
Yeah, good for them. All right, what else you got?
Moving on, let's go to something a little bit more opposite.
Okay.
This is Elio, Disney Pixar's newest animated sci-fi adventure. So this follows Elio, a space fanatic with an active imagination, when he finds himself on a cosmic misadventure where he must form new bonds with alien life forms, navigate a crisis of intergalactic proportions, and somehow discover who he's truly meant to be. So our voice roles for this one, we have as Elio, Giannis Kibriab, Zoe Saldana plays his aunt, and then we have Remy Edgerly and Brad Garrett as well. So I will say this was very cute.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited for it. Disney Pixar, you know, all of their films are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some that are not as good as the other ones. Obviously, you have like Toy Story is your top Pixar movie usually. But it's very cute. It's what you'd expect, honestly, going in. Great for the kids.
Yeah.
Little family night out.
I love it.
It definitely hits home on embracing what makes us unique and finding our sense of belonging, which is a great message anyways.
Yeah.
It also hits on that loneliness and kind of grief, and also coming to terms with who we are in that realm as well.
Yeah.
So I will say I teared up a couple times, just a couple times.
That's okay.
I would say it's not like the best Disney Pixar movie,
Sure.
but it's still a good one.
Yeah.
It's honestly has the worst box office opening for a Pixar movie, though, sadly, with only 35 million worldwide so far, with a budget of 150. So, go watch it. It's cute. Might not be as advertised as well as it should have been. You know, Disney seems to not put its money in some places where it should anymore. So, go watch this one because it's an original. If you don't want live actions and sequels and prequels, go watch an original.
Yeah.
It plants in Hollywood's mind, originals do bring in audiences.
All right, that's interesting.
So moving on,
Yes.
we have Bride Hard.
Oh my gosh.
So this is an R-rated action comedy when a mercenary group takes a lavish wedding hostage. They have no idea what they're in for, as the maid of honor is actually a secret agent.
Oh.
So taking on the role of our secret agent is Rebel Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
And starring alongside her is our Pitch Perfect reunion with Anna Camp.
Oh, love that.
Then some other familiar faces you might recognize. We have Divine Joy Randolph.
Okay.
Love her, especially in this side role. So funny. Love her to death. Justin Hartley and Anna Klumsky. I will say, this film is probably what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
It's goofy, it's cheesy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have the highest expectations going in, but I enjoyed it. There's some good laughs. You know, it's not really family appropriate though, so maybe it's just a date night with you know, your partner.
Yeah.
But it's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a good popcorn movie, as I would call it. You know, mindless popcorn. If you want something to take your mind off the busy day, busy work life, everything that's going on, good one to watch.
For sure. The ultimate goal is escapism, so if that's
Right.
what's achieved here.
Exactly. And a fun little fact that while filming this in Georgia, Rebel actually got struck on accident by in the face with a, well, not in the face, but yeah, in the face, with the butt of a gun and had to get stitches.
Oh my gosh, Robo, I hope you're okay.
Right? I couldn't find anything about the budget or how much it made this weekend,
Yeah.
weirdly, so
who's to say?
who's to say? So, coming out this weekend, we have F1 the movie with Brad Pitt.
There's so many random artists that have songs attached to this movie, by the way. I
Right.
feel like all these artists I follow have been posting like, new song, a part of the F1 movie. I'm like, why are you all a part of this?
There are movies like that that randomly come out once every few years.
Yeah.
That, like Ed Sheeran's Drive is the one I've heard so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange.
And then also we have Megan 2.0.
Oh my gosh, miss me with that. What about streaming?
So streaming this Friday, I highly suggest this one. The day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie hits HBO Max or Max. I don't know when they're actually rebranding. And then on Monday, we have The Actor on Hulu.
Oh my gosh. Well, lots of things to check out, both in theaters and on streaming as always. Let us know what you think, and we'll be right back.